Tomato potato. I gotta mute myself. There we go. All right. Doing it live. Doing it live. Or at least that's what I'm thinking. Could not be doing it. Marco, my darling. Are you screaming? Child? Hello? Alright. Yeah. You say tomato potato too, Marco? Tomato potato? Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. Straight up. Alright. It's camera mounted, so I'm not able to show this freely in the video, but hold it up like this. I tried printing another batch and it went much better. So now we have a whole bunch of little pieces for my wife and I to put together our little Marines. I got them out of the 3D printer through the wash station and cured. Now they're ready to be broken out, so I'll probably do that to kill some time. Got a point today. And that's just sometimes you really you want to make sure you just kill the fucking audio for your YouTube stream. Pro tip: that actually did not fully right, but that's fine. No one's going to see that. It's the back of the head. Get out of here. What are you doing? Is that head too big? I don't think it is. These are the same size. And weirdly enough, I also reached to pick up the same head. Yeah. So I figured out a whole bunch of really bad shoulder pads the other day and had to reprint them. So here they are. I'm pretty happy with that. And I did not mean to scuff that up, but that actually looks pretty good too. That looks like an actual legit scuff that it would get, not just a crack. Okay. So, second batch turned out well. Here's my son. Hey, son. All right. Oh, we're gonna stare at the stars. All righty. 6:36, and all is well. So, picking up from here. Well, I'm still waking up. We can figure it out. So I can see right away I did not ink one of those tendrils. And the inside of the mouth still needs ink over there. I might do that right now. So, first things first, I'm going to hit that with some transparent burnt sienna. Again, that's the Liquitex. I like it a lot. I don't know if technically I should have sealed it. I probably should have. You know, No, I'm thinking of that. The one that I have a paint that another one that's like, oh, picked it up from the store. Like actual artist paint. That's supposed to hobby paint. That's weird. I'm just stuck standing up. But I have another paint that I have used that I picked up at the same time. That is a quote unquote acrylic. That is actually acrylic, not water based acrylic. And it will absolutely strip paint if you don't seal it first. And that is what happened to the first big doll that I kind of made. The one for 10. That looks good. I'm very happy with how this particular is turning out. That's good. I'm probably going to do one more big drop right behind that raised area. Mm-hmm. No, now I've got the hiccups. Yeah, I'm probably going to come back there and hit that with black because that needs to really darken up in some spots. I'm thinking over there I need to hit it too. Right in there. Well, one. We're gonna hit that top. Mm-hmm. Yeah, boy. That's what I'm talking about. Very confused excitement. Yeah. Okay. Um. Stop. Stop it. That is the time to let me know that we have approximately 1 hour. Actually, it's my third wake up alarm in case I need to get out of bed because it's really hard to get out of bed sometimes. Sometimes you wake up, you can't get out of the bed. It's happened. Jimmy Tyndall, I flipped this guy over. I start adding color and then I flip it back and I forget which one I just flipped. So that. And also, I might come in here with just the brush as opposed to using the dropper because I don't want to go everywhere. Yep, and that's the line right there. Dropper put out way too much. That's what I was looking for. Oh yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking that. That's good. That's good. That's good. I'm here for it. Crazy there. For a little of that. that sienna over here, and it's, I don't know. I could like that. Get a little bit under that tendril, and before I forget it, I'm going to hit that. There is a little cone I absolutely have not gotten right. Wow, right in there. Wow, there. Get that too. Go in here. Just try to add a little of that really awful reddish orange texture in here. Just trying to get it really good. Almost accent like streaks, marks. That's what I'm doing at this point. Just any place that the ink really didn't make pop. See, it's a yawn there. The white that I've put down, let's put ink over it. It's no longer white, it's no longer green. So that's a big part of playing with inks, is planning out how the colors underneath are going to be affected. That's honestly probably my favorite way to paint. Is layers and layers and layers. It's very, it makes sense to me. Sitting down and trying to do like edge highlighting and stuff. Trying to learn how to do that, it's not really, it's difficult. Unless you have someone, I think, there with you, teaching you. It's just hard to explain, I think, or at least for me, it's hard to explain. It's hard to understand. It's another. I made something. I'm looking at this, and it's making me think of it. I'm just getting very similar vibes. I'm trying to think of what it was. That is getting absolutely repulsive. This is good. So yeah. If it seems like I'm randomly just picking spots to touch, I kind of am. Honestly, I will start working on a spot, and once I've added color there, I'll look. I'll see somewhere that it's not, that I've not touched up, or that I need to go to, and I just kind of do it. I realize that my painting style, my style of building things, is very scattered, but that's kind of how I do things. I'm not altering my process to explain it, because then the process gets messed up. But this is like the most direct from in here to here. There's a lot of stuff that I need to figure out a way to put down into words as well, as far as coming up with explaining, I guess, what the idea, metaphors, that kind of stuff. Still in the process of putting that all together. Try and write an article. Would have liked to have had that written already, but as they say, Rome wasn't built in a day. I don't know who's on here saying that. Who else talking about Rome? Mind your own damn business. Quit talking about Rome. I'm liking that. I'm liking that. Feel like this. A little bit here. A little bit here on there. Oof. Oof. Nope. Nope. That was not right. Get out of there. What are you doing? I accidentally think I took some of the charcoal. I guess it reactivated. It's a little dark. There we go. That is repulsive. That's awful, awful colors. I like it. Little Robot 4 just completed a cleaning cycle. Optimus Prime. That's a pro tip. If you've got kitties, litter robot. I'm not in the pocket of big whisker, big litter robot, but I can be. Like for real, that's not even straight up like I don't know. But if you guys want me to talk about how awesome your products are, that is one that I'll talk about. I've sold so many litter robots for like that company to other cat owners. Sorry, other cat parents. I don't own my children. They're my kids. I house them. They live with me. But yeah, essentially it's just a little robot. It's a robot litter box, but it's amazing. It has saved me countless hours of my life from scooping. It's a game changer. It'll change your life if you got kitties. It's expensive. It's worth it. Everyone that I know has been like, man, I'm really glad I picked that up. All the wasted years. And I'm like, yeah, I told you, dog. Which I had to be convinced. My friend Josh got one for his cat first. And he was like, dude, it's the best thing in the world. You'll never go back. And I was like, I don't know. And I've got 3 cats. So, but then I tried it and I was like, no, this is the best litter box in the world. You're right. And now I'm an evangelist. I gotta tell everybody. This is what you come here for. Find out the best litter box on the market. I'll paint this Dick Demon. Yeah. Yeah. Here he is. Here he is. Going around town. Got that car there. I'm gonna put actual bit of ink in there. That needs to be kind of flooded. Yeah, like that. Needs a lot more. Just really saturate everything. I really want that to look not good, not healthy. Probably gonna use some black at some point to come in here as well. Yeah, there we go. That's looking good. By good, I mean utterly repulsive. I want it to really kind of come to the side here. Thinking over this corner. And all this is going to be covered in a steady stream of This thing's mouth is like. I'm trying to think of where all this bile filth would pour out naturally with gravity. Then we're just finishing up that, following up there. Those of you tuning in and thinking, man, when are you going to be done with this thing? I don't know. We're getting there. I'll know when it's done. It's just a matter of time, I think. Things take time. There's a lot to try and cover on this big guy. A lot of texture. I'm really happy with how these awful little skin pods, though, have turned out. And I think this will look really good once I hit it with ink again. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that doesn't look bad. I mean, it doesn't look bad at all. It looks really awesome, but yeah, no, that looks good. Looking at it on here, it's like, oh yeah, that looks good. Oh yeah, here's the real thing. Anyway, yeah, with all these deep reds, Now here's another little pro tip. I'm not going to grab that and save it because my house is just covered in them. But another thing that is a pro about having cats all around your house is that when you are trying to do things like veining, sometimes Merkle hairs will get stuck in here and naturally create some really cool veins. That's not a, you can't really count on that one. And I would not recommend just throwing hair on your models either, which seems like what I do. It's not. There's a method to my madness. I don't even know what palette I've just been playing with ink all day. I think I need this much smaller. I think that's what my problem is. Maybe. Might also be the heater blasting right behind me. So I do want a little more yellow. I want just a little more yellow on those. I think. Just a smidge. Just a little bit of drop. Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. very unpleasant sound. What are you doing on there? Get up there. I don't know. I think I somehow missed this. It's a very noticeable piece of grit. And we can touch that right quick. I'm just going to cover them with a little bit of burnt red. It absolutely is not going to match. But we can blend it back down. And now that I'm looking at it, realizing that there's open space in here and I am needing to fill that. That is where some of the stuff that I've been soaking in ink, trying to get the color stained. That's where those are going to come in. Which that's a big part of it, is trying to keep that in mind, that I do still have those things to have. Which alrighty. There we go. I'm happy with that. Spot. Okay. So, here's something that I could talk about while I am looking at this. I've been trying to come up with other ideas of things I could do on my channel that people would enjoy. And one of the ones that I'm thinking people would like would be some, and if someone's already doing this, I'm not trying to copy, again, permit, but right there. But I was thinking it might be interesting to have a weekly, and it could be done in a single session, it could be done for a couple. My wife and I were discussing how long it would take, but having a set amount of time in which I try to create some awful little Gribbly, be it a demon, an alien, something awful, just scratch build. Would that be something people would be interested in? Essentially, almost like a showdown, like X amount of minutes on the clock. Not like a shot clock, but I guess, hey, what kind of thing can I make in X amount of time? And I did think, oh, what if it takes longer than an hour? Like, do I want to do an hour? Do I want to? That was just something that I was thinking. Instead of almost like doodling, but like scratch build. Just going to show you how my process of scratch building from start to, hey, here's a little model, put some paint on it. no real goal in mind. Just, hey, make an awful monster. If that is something you'd be interested in, and you find yourself watching this stream after it's already up, please let me know in the comments. I'm not a YouTube guy, so I've not been saying things like, let me know in the comments, because I know that's something that people don't like. But legitimately, if there's things that you're like, hey, I'd like to see blank, please let me know in the comments, because I'm trying to make this channel something that people would want to look at, as long as it's something that I want to make and do. Let me rephrase that. I'm not selling my soul. Ain't no price on that, baby. Now, I can be convinced of things, that's for sure. But I'm not selling my soul. It's just not me. Now, I absolutely will talk about stuff that I like. Be like, yeah, you should buy that too. I mean, I've already done that in the traditional Chinese ink, and it's not me selling things. This isn't the Redwood Skeleton QVC channel, but it could be. Start selling cat hair. That's what I'll bring to the game. Start selling cat hair, and in order to build a following quick, I'll just start making a bunch of right-wing, insane quotes right out the gate, and that'll get enough of the shitty people in our hobby to back me, and then I'll close down the whole business, start over from scratch. That's a fever dream right there. I would never do that. That's an example of how you don't do it. I just found out about some group on Reddit that's just super down with like the shittiest parts of Warhammer, and it's just like, man, that sucks. But they got banned, and I was excited about that. That's how I found out about them. On Grimdank. The internet's wild these days. Man, I was trying to wake up my brains, just putting a little bit of paint on here. Don't even know what I'm doing at this point. Man, I don't know what I'm doing. All right. Which I do anyway. So that's fine. Probably should have posted something on Insta that was streaming. It's just like, I need to do the schedule thing. Man, I'm terrible at making plans. Here we go. I need to look and see what time I've actually been getting on here to use that. Because I don't want to say that I'm going to be on here earlier than I am. I don't want to have that expectation set. I am just so happy with these skin tones. They're so awful. They're just very upsetting. They turned out so good. Wow. Wow. Where's Mark? He was right with me. He's taking a bath. It's bad. I don't know where Marco is. She might be on the couch. She likes to chill on the couch a lot. I talk about someone who knows how to chill. Margo knows how to chill. Laid out like she doesn't care about anything most of the day. Oh, to be a cat. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm liking that. I think. Mhm. I'm gonna let that dry. So once that's dried, though, that would be good to go back in. I think so much of it is just knowing that I have to do layers upon layers upon layers. So trying to figure out where to go next while things dry. That's probably, if it seems like I randomly pop all over, I do. But I think it's that. Just trying not to put too much paint or color in one spot at a time to cause the ink to go from changing the color underneath to altering it, like opening it back up and blending. We don't want it to blend. We want it to like a tonal shift over top of what we're doing. That's the best way to explain it. Tonal shift. Look at me being all poignant and my brain's still in standby. Give me an hour. Okay. I'm liking that. I'm liking those tones. Definitely getting where I want them. And I'm being as careful as I can while not being very careful. I'm not very good at doing that. Like this. That should be a completely different setup. I'm trying to be real careful. Not doing any of this holding it up painting thing. More strapped in, focus. That's how I'm careful. Alright, so yeah, if you have any topics, subjects, anything else like that as well, put that in the comments. Man, I'm liking that. That's looking good. It really, just that white needed to be toned down from where I've touched up the skin under here and have not come back to it since. Because this is going to be very dark under here. But I do kind of want to, at least initially, get a skin tone that lines in with the rest of the body almost. That's mainly what this is. I'm trying to get, right now, going from that white almost to what's the skin look like underneath of this. It's going to be similar to the rest of the body, but it's going to be a lot darker because it's being drug. And all the filth and everything else running off of this thing is going to be pouring down, smearing around as it runs. All the dirt's being thrown up on it. So yeah, this thing's filthy, especially over here. So I wash to the side of the body. That's gross. Oh yeah. Okay. So here, hit that. All right. Now I'm gonna go back over and steal a bunch of that ink. Don't dry. Here I come. Ink back for that wash. Give me some of that wash. Here, just the top layers. Pulling that off. Trying to leave behind just the recesses and create a little bit of variance. Get that hair out of there. Possum. Oh, you know, arguing politics at work. I'm not jelly of that. Oh boy. The way I see it, Possum. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna. I think everyone should just be nice to each other. That's my politics. Put that on everything. Like maybe if we didn't try to make other people sad, let's just try that one. try not to be too. I'm not. I hate saying that I'm not political. I am. I have very strong opinions about a lot of things. I don't like to get into them typically with people because I don't like to argue. I like to keep my opinions to myself for the most part, I suppose, until I get where I can't, and then it just comes out. But I'm extremely vocal, I guess. Equality. I think maybe we should just treat everybody like they're all people. Fuck me, right? I was trying to argue for being nice, but other people are duty heads. Yeah, dude, that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. That's the whole world, man. Awesome. It's the whole world. Not the whole world. I mean, hey, look at us. We're doing good. Trying to be nice, not be duty heads. I think that's important. Don't let it get you down. Don't let it beat you down. That's a tidbit from me. When life gets you down, A, E. I don't know what A and E is. I just watched something on the stream. Looked like something came down the side there. A little fancy. Circle A, circle E. I don't know what circle A and circle E is, Possum. I feel real dumb right now. I should probably claim these. Anarchy and egalitarianism. Oh. Yes. Yes. Egalitarianism. Yeah, there was a band that I absolutely loved when I was coming up. It's like a kid from Louisville. So they're like 30 minutes north of like where I grew up. But the same scene. Like it was a hardcore scene, kind of. Not hardcore scene. I don't know. The Louisville scene's weird. That's like the whole thing with like Louisville. It's like the slogan is like keep Louisville weird. It's just kind of a weird city for being Kentucky, for sure. But Iron. There was this band when I was a teenager called Iron, and they had a song called Egalitarianism. But that was one of the parts. Egalitarianism, egalitarianism. But they were really good, super good punk band. I guarantee you could still find their music online. Once they had an album called Fear of Tigers, and it was so fucking sick. I love that album. I need to look that up. I'm a big folk punk head. Oh yeah, I'm sure you and Greg Wire could get along real well then. Some Two Cow Garage. I love Two Cow Garage. Is that Micah Schnabel? I think it's Micah Schnabel's his name. I know Greg absolutely loves, and I love Two Cow Garage. I have a tattoo of Kentucky on my arm. It's my home state, but I have a lot of pride in where I'm from. But it's a very the amount of people that have my tattoo. It's like scene kids and then good old boys, and a lot of them are just like, oh yeah, I got that tattoo. And it's got Confederate flag in it. And I'm like, okay, well I don't like that. I'm too spooked to talk to the wires. They're too cool for me. What? No. You gotta talk to the wires. They're the nicest human beings on the planet. I kind of toot my own horn. I feel like I'm pretty nice. I'm a pretty nice guy. I look like Hitler compared to the wires. They're just the three legitimately nicest people I've ever met. They are all so, they would give you the clothes off of their back and feel like that was the only option. They are such sweet, good people who really care about others. I love them. I saw them at Nemo and couldn't work up the nerve. Oh man, Possum, I'm gonna find you at Nemo. Oh, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna hunt you down. I'm gonna say I got the possum, and I'm gonna be like, now I gotta find the wires. Uh, so I'm coming for you, Possum. You're meeting them. I'm going to make you meet everybody that you're too scared to meet because you should. You should meet them. They're great people. There's nobody like in the 28 community that I'm like, oh man, I'm kind of scared to talk to them. Just because they're just, all of them are such nice people. Um, I've not met anybody at any of the events, and that's absolutely a big on running joke. I know Eric's wife, he was talking about that at Texas, but he was just like, I'm already preparing like to go home when Becca asks me, like, what was the best part? And she was like, and don't say the people. I know, Possum. It's okay. I do too. I get it. Actually, I don't know if I have social anxiety. I mean, I am an absolutely anxiety riddled person. I just get dopamine in situations like that. I just get extreme dopamine, and then my ADHD just kicks in super hard, and I just become a muppet, and I just muppet around. That's a thing. Yeah, but I can't wait to see my Quality Inn boys. Quality Inn boys. Hell yeah. Quality Inn. Staying at the Quality Inn. Nice. Nice. Well, I'm excited. We're going to have a great time at Under the Dice Fest. You're going to get to meet me in person. We'll get to meet each other. You'll get to meet my wife. She's great. Get to meet the Wires. Johnny will probably be there. Someone from Hive Scum will probably be there. If Hive Scum didn't show up to Under the Dice Fest, I don't even know what I would do. Just like, oh, just don't show up to your own fest. That's punk. Is it punk? That might be too big. That's too big league. Don't big league me. 726 and all as well. Sometimes you gotta get down in there. Okay. I can't help but thinking it needs more legs. And I know that I'm just where I put them. But I can't help but shake the feeling that it needed 36, not 24. That's 12 more legs. And they would just be wiggly little, like, well, things like kind of hanging out. I'm already here. I don't think it needs more legs. It has enough legs, but they're always busy at the dice tank. I've also left to watch Phil and Gage. Yeah, Gage. Yes, I love Gage and Phil. Phil and Gage are both. And Steve. I love everyone from Out of the Dice. No, yeah, they're all such sweethearts. Steve is intimidating. Steve, I loved you, but I did not initially feel like he just is such a, he's a fireman. Everything about Steve is like, that guy's a fireman. Like, but he's such a sweet teddy bear of a man. He just looks like he would probably pick on you, but he won't. In fact, when you go, like, I guess that was one of the things with. I was very much intimidated by Steve because he does look like, I mean, the kind of guys that typically, like, would pick on people like me and my friends. So it is. It can definitely be intimidating, especially you know, like, oh man, I love their work and stuff. But then, like, when you talk to him, he's just the biggest teddy bear. Like, and I'm sure Steve hates me. That's where I was. I was just like, man, I don't think Steve likes me because I'm just too big and goofy. I'm not big. I'm actually kind of. I'm average height. I'm a big goofball. That's what I meant. I'm not big. Just a big goofball. Anywho, I think I probably get on his nerves. I probably get on a lot of people's nerves because I'm a big old goofball all the time. But he's just super nice. And it's just he. I think when I realized it was like, oh, he was raised in like a household of just like nothing but older guys. So he has like a million older brothers. So he is like the ultimate little brother. And listening to him talk about on Knives Comes podcast, talk about being a fireman. And he's like, oh yeah, you know, I'm trying to be cool. I'm trying to be part of the team. I'm trying to be a fireman. And they're just like, hey, why don't you go paint some little models? And he's just like, yeah. Uh, and that made me realize, oh man, I've been judging Steve. I've been the asshole. Uh, I just thought that Steve might pick on me for things that I like because he looks like he could save me if my house was on fire. And that's not a good thing. I'm almost certain. I would think that Steve does not hate you. But I understand the fear. Social anxiety. I get it. I get it now. Yep. I took a minute. Just like, nope, I remember that vibe. But no, everyone's so nice. Hopefully my ranting helped to calm your nerves. I don't know, Possum, if by any chance you have ever watched, or anybody who's watching this, but if you've watched any Gundam anime, but that entire situation just reminded me of something that my wife and I were laughing at in one of the series. I think it's probably our favorite one. But Iron Blooded Orphans. There's a part in which one of the characters is going to meet his brother that he hasn't seen in like half his lifetime, and it's trying to explain it to this little girl character, and she says, "Oh man, do you think it would be easier if I was there with you?" Yeah, I bet it would. I'll go with you, and it'll be easier. You know, you guys will be able to talk to each other so much smoother because I'll be there. And I really like that because it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Like, it's just good. But that's what it made me think of. It's just like, oh, don't worry, Possum. I'll be there, and you know, I'll introduce you to everybody. Me being there won't make a difference. That's the joke. Because they're all just nice and they'll be excited to meet you. But no, I think honestly, I will say the people in Texas that I was obviously like Isaac doesn't count because I've been excited to meet Isaac for years. But something always seems to happen whenever I finally have, you know, tried to put time into the community and trying to be more involved. You know, something always seemed to pop up to keep us from meeting. So, finally getting to meet Isaac in person and talk to him and his wife was one of the. I mean, that's like a once in a lifetime thing. Well, it's not technically, but it felt like it. Like being able to talk to Isaac and his wife about models and about all the things that went into me making these. As far as what they represent and all that stuff was one of the most cathartic things that's ever like happened to me in my life. Being able to talk to an artist who, which that's another thing is like I was, you know, beyond thrilled to hear that Isaac liked my big walker that I made and my wife painted, but because he is and that's what he said and what I said. It's like he is the robot guy. So it's really cool to have the robot guy be like, I like your robot. And then him talking, he was like, yeah, and you're the flesh guy. It's just like, yeah, it's great when you have another artist whose work you love and you get to talk to them and feel like they actually appreciate you too. I like them, but the newer designs aren't my favorite, so I haven't watched them. I agree. I agree entirely. Please, Possum, give Iron Blooded Orphans a chance. It is so. Barbados is my favorite Gundam. I I don't I like Universal Century. I am a diehard Universal Century fan. I really Iron Blooded Orphans and Witch from Mercury. I'll throw Gundam Wing in there. Gundam Wing gets to be in there because of nostalgia. If Gundam Wing was not the first Gundam that came to America, I don't think I would have given it a chance. Um, but oh boy, I love Iron Blooded Orphans. They do so many things, I think, really well for the Gundam franchise. It is faster, and I know that that is something that a lot of people did not like. My buddy Jeffrey did not care for how fast everything is. It seems very much more. The mechs robots are more armored core than they are like 19. I was going to say 79 Gundam. Did Gundam come out in 1979? Same year as Alien? The Hathaway movie was the fanciest animation target. Yes, Hathaway was good. Hathaway is good. And I also liked Unicorn. We Kelly has watched Hathaway, but she has not watched all of Unicorn yet. Kelly has been wonderful enough to watch a bunch of Gundam with me. She does like Gundam too, but her favorite is Iron Blooded Orphans. We are going through it again. I almost dropped a spoiler. There's a part that happens, and it sucks. It does suck. It's just so fucking good. But yeah, every time I know we're coming up to it, and every time I watch, just like I don't want to watch this anymore because she gets too sad. It's got all the feels. Iron Blooded Orphans has all the feels. It's really good. I'm really awesome. I'm really gonna watch Iron Blooded Orphans now. Barbados is so cool. I also really liked that. I don't remember if I watched Unicorn or just absorbed the plot through Super Robot Wars. Yeah, I mean, kind of. Yeah. It really had some wild. It went places, but the animations were sick. And Banshee, black and gold, is like my jam. So all about that Banshee. I gotta build my Banshee model. I have so many models I still need to build. I think my medicine's starting to kick in, and I'm starting to get a lot of dopamine, and I'm starting to feel really good talking. That or I'm just waking up. I don't remember. Okay, so yeah, I've already read that. Man, Gundam. I think I did because it has. Yeah, it's got Kshatriya. Yeah, she thick. I love the Kshatriya. If you want to make a mobile suit design, and you're like, hey, what's Red Wet Skeleton like? I like them thick. Like favorite mobile suit. Yeah, no, Kshatriya is really good. I want to say it's Tatiana, but it's not. It's whoever the princess of the fairies, the queen of the fairies. Maybe it is Tatiana. Tatiana is one of my favorite drag queens, so I don't want to say it's her, but Noisy Fairy Gundam. Yeah, it's a camphor. Yeah, no, Titania. No, yeah, the camphor Titania. So the camphor is my favorite mobile suit from War in the Pocket, but there is, and I'm gonna do like the worst thing you could ever do and show like a picture from my phone on my webcam, but there is a mobile suit in the game, the Noisy Fairy. Anyway, it's called the Titanium, and it's a camphor that has like been stripped of like extra armor and like up thrustered and stuff, so it's like super fast. And I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of that. I enjoyed that game, and same thing with the I want to say it's Gundam. It's the Super. It's SD Gundam Battle Alliance, I think. Man, I would have absolutely played way more of that if there was any way to change the dialogue to English, because I don't have a problem with it, like, with subtitles. It's like in the middle of the game, like you're fighting stuff, like the characters will like pop off the screen and they'll just start screaming things at you in Japanese, and they are not, whatever they're saying does not get subtitled. So you're in the middle of this like really intense fight with all these like units, and then all of a sudden someone pops in and it's just like this little waifu just like screaming things at you, and you're just like, fuck. I don't know. I don't know what you're saying. Um, so yeah, I probably would have played a lot more of that game if that didn't happen. But man, I love Gundam. Kshatriya is great. I've really come close to picking up that model, even though I'm just like, I don't need any models because I love the design. If you haven't played SRW, they're so great. Really eye opening to what mecha can like. SRW. I don't know what SRW is. If you haven't played SRW. Man. Super Robot Wars. Okay, no, I haven't. I will write that down like right now, because I love robots. I love robots. Well, always have. I've really been wanting to get a tattoo, a Gundam tattoo. For the longest time, I thought I would get the Fire Emblem, all your favorite mecha franchises come together. That sounds cool, dude. I'm such I mean no disrespect, but I'm such a weeb. At one point in time when I want to say it was like Ghost of Tsushima came out, I told my wife, I was like, I know I just like played Sekiro a little bit ago. I'm not trying to be super weeb. Evangelion alongside Gundam. Okay, I'm in, man. That sounds great. That sounds great. No, my buddy though was just like, weeb phase. He was like, dude, you've always been in this. I was like, yeah, I know. My wife doesn't know that though. I've always just been a super nerd. I've always absolutely been obsessed with Japan culture, all their stuff. But I've got to go make coffee. Possum, it has been great talking to you, as always. I'm excited to meet you. I'm excited to show you around to everybody at Under the Dice Fest. You're going to meet everybody. Don't be nervous. It's going to be great. You're going to have a great time, Possum. I had to get that hair up there. But I'm going to go make coffee. You have a great day. If you're watching this and you do not meet the stream, hey, you have a great day too. Man, that hair is just stuck on there. Don't worry, I got it. All right, I'm going to be nervous. Don't worry about it. Don't be worried about it. Okay, you guys have a great day. I'm going to go make coffee and I'll talk to you later.